guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy FlippinStoop. I hope you guys are having a rocking day, all you rocking resellers. Today I want to talk about things not to do, things you shouldn't do in your business that the majority of us do in the beginning. And number one is not having a niche. And I've went over this a little bit in the past, but the truth is my first store, I thought I was winning. I'm not saying I didn't have profitable days and profitable weeks in my first store, but the problem is I was all over the place. I was selling, let's say this first. In order to become good at one thing, you got to practice it for like 3 to 5 years. You have to put a lot of hours into something to actually become really good at something. Now, that's one thing. Now, when I didn't have a niche, I was selling, guys, just about anything you could find in a thrift store. Just about anything you could find on a garage sale that'd make me profit, right? I had that mindset of, I'm going to sell anything that can turn a profit. And what that caused me was a lot of stress, anxiety. It caused me to have to do a lot more research. It took me forever to list my items. I didn't ever have a system. If you would have told me 8 months ago that you should be able to list 25 items a day yourself, I would have said you're absolutely nuts. It's never going to happen. Why? Because sometimes it took me 20 minutes of research, guys, just to look up one receiver that you're seeing in the back there, which that's going to get took down today. And I'm listening to Chris quite a bit these days from Daily Refinement, and he's talking about like nothing but what you use for your niche should be in your reselling area. And it makes a lot of sense. So I started clearing out the clutter over on the other side of the room. But what I wanted to get to is, so if you want to have, this is what I'm going to tell you, if you want to have that mindset of that, you should probably have employees right off the bat. Like, right, that's something that if you want to sell a little bit at everything, then you should either have employees right off the bat, or you better have a warehouse, because you're going to soon run out of inventory places. You're not going to have as much room to put your inventory. What I decided to do was close my old store down, right? Because that's not the only reason I failed, because I didn't have a niche, guys. I failed as well because COVID hit right about the same time Christmas was in full swing, and my items were going out, but they were just sitting at the post office, and I was getting bad reviews. What that did for my store was give me terrible feedback, and it put me below seller's level, which it took me 2 months to finally just say, you know what, I'm done working at it, and start a new store. And because I tried bringing it back out of the hole, but I just don't think it was feasible. It was too bad. So I tried, didn't happen. And when your store goes to below seller's level, like if you don't get it out of there right away, you're putting in a lot of hard work, right? You're putting in a lot of hard work to not get much traffic whatsoever from eBay. Because if you're below seller's level, your traffic, you're going to be on like the 15th page, 20th page. So you're not going to have real consistent sales. So long story short, I decided I am going to let that store go, pick a niche, and I'm going to stick with it. And I'm telling you what, it's been the best thing that I've done in my business since I had the idea of reselling, right? It's been the best thing. I know exactly what I got to do every single day. I know exactly how long it's going to take me per item to list. I don't care if it's pants, sweater, a coat. Sometimes coats take me a little bit longer to list, just because I got to think of the title a little bit more than I do, for an example, a pair of straight leg denim jeans, right? Like I can just ramble that off. When it comes to like a vintage coat or an older coat or a woman's coat that I don't know much about, I do got to do a little bit of research still on it. So I'm still learning in that area. Sharita, what is up? If you guys haven't noticed, I got a different setup. So you guys like got a steadier view behind me, and I don't have to fumble around and move you guys around. So I invested in a tripod. Actually, I've had this tripod for quite some time, and I just decided to shrink it all up and use it. So that's one of the things I would say don't do in the beginning of reselling. Now, what I would advise in the beginning of reselling, guys, is go out and pick a couple different items out and see what works for you. Experiment a little bit to see what you want to get a niche in, right? Because the majority of us, thanks, Sharita, I greatly appreciate it. The majority of us we don't know exactly what we're going to resell our first 6 months. Like, if anybody's going to be really honest that resells has been reselling for a lengthier period of time or for at least a year, will tell you that their niche has probably changed since when they first started. In the beginning, you're going to want to do what I did, and what a lot of other resellers want to do, and sell a little bit of everything to get you to feel what's going to work out for you. If you want to sell nothing but electronics, sell nothing but electronics, right? But after a while, eBay is going to send you a certain amount of traffic that's interested in electronics. So if you're all over the place, they don't know what traffic to send you. You're literally confusing eBay. Like, I'm going to give you guys an example. You look at Nike, right? Do you see Nike building houses? You don't see Nike building houses. They have a niche in clothes and shoes, and they stick with it, right? They stick with it. You don't see a Nike sign at the gas station that for gasoline. They didn't invest in petroleum. Now, I'm not saying that they couldn't make it if they did, but everybody knows Nike is athletic clothes. They built a brand. Now, I think it's very important for you to work on your brand, right? I'm trying to build a brand on YouTube. I'm working on building the brand on eBay, and it's basically clothes, right? So build a brand, because everybody's brand is different. I talk about daily refinement, guys, a lot about Chris, and I look at like his brand or his niche on YouTube, and it's about analytics. He's very analytical. Like, he can definitely break down the entire eBay system and tell you every step and how to get there, right? And he's very intuitive in that area. He wants to know it. He wants to master it. And my belief is Chris did master the eBay platform. He knows the eBay platform as good as anybody, in my opinion, right? So, like, that's his niche on YouTube. Like, you watch his YouTube channels, and if you want to figure out some number system, or you want to figure out exactly how to increase your sales or whatever it is, Chris is the guy to go watch, for sure. Chris Tech and Sports will tell you. I kind of try to just encourage you and let you know what I've went through, the struggles that I've went through in reselling and what not to do, and also motivate you to get you beyond those stuck points. Why? Because we all get to a point when we're reselling where we get stuck, where our mind's telling us, man, I don't know if this is really for me. Is this really for me, guys? Or is it really not? You know, you're going to have that thought. I can almost guarantee it multiple times in your business. You're going to have days throughout the week where you don't want to resell. And that is just a part of life. And you got to be able to win your mind. And a good way to do that, guys, is win your morning. Do something for 30 minutes every single morning that you love to do. If you start your morning, if you start winning your morning, if you win the morning, and that could be just as much as making your bed in the morning. That's a little win you did. That's a little accomplishment, right? If you continue to do little things like that for 30 minutes when you wake up, instead of rushing right into work, do something for yourself before you hit the eBay platform. Don't just wake up and jump right to eBay. We've all done it, but don't do that. Do something positive for yourself for at least 30 minutes, whether it's a walk around the block, whether you're, I don't know what it is, whatever works for you, reading a book, taking a jog, exercising, eating something healthy. Do something to win your morning, because if you win your morning, the rest of your day is going to be a win. If you start the morning up rushing right into eBay, rushing around, and you're feeling like you're behind or whatever, anyways, you start rushing, your whole day is going to be a rush, and you're not going to get enough things accomplished. That's the reason of my videos, guys, is to try to point you in the direction to get your day going good, right? Chris is really good at the analytics and all that stuff, and he does do some motivational encouragement on eBay too. He lets everybody know that if you really want to put the time and effort into eBay, you can make it happen, right? You can, any one of you guys can make this stuff happen. It's up to your war inside your brain, whether you want to do it or not, because your brain will tell you not to a million times, right? Your own thoughts are linked to your past, and if you carry that shit around, you're going to fail on eBay. Can't carry around the past. Don't listen. If you failed yesterday on eBay, don't carry that with you today. It's a new day. God gave you another opportunity. God gave you another day full of opportunity. You get to set it. That's why I say win your day, because if you don't win your mornings, if you don't do something positive for yourself in the mornings, the rest of your day is not going to look the greatest, right? You ever notice you go through a week, if you don't do something good for yourself in the morning, you have some good days and some bad days and some good days and some bad days. Payday's usually a good day, right? Until you pay all the bills and you got none. Right? You ever notice how that happens? If you focus on doing something constructive and positive for yourself every single morning, it don't have to be 30 minutes. It could be 10 minutes, whatever it is. A certain amount of time you set to the side just for yourself, you'll realize that you start becoming grateful for your day. The trees that are around you, how beautiful nature is. Like you'll start viewing the world in a different view. And if you start viewing the world in a different view, you'll be successful on eBay, I'm telling you. Because you look at eBay as an opportunity, not a fucking pest or a disaster or something you can't overcome. Because eBay most definitely is an opportunity for each and every single one of us guys to go to the moon on. The sky's the limit on eBay, guys. If you can hire 100 people and keep them busy, you can make as much money as you want. If you can order 10,000 people, eBay's got the platform for you to add them items on. So there is no limits to eBay. There is absolutely no limit. There's a limit to our 9-to-5s. We all got to face that. We all got to come to reality, right? Even if your 9-to-5 will pay you $1 million salary, right? That's a cap. That's a limit, right? There is no limit on building on eBay. You can build it as far as you want. If you want to make $1 billion in a year, I'm sure you could build a 100,000-foot square house within the next 10 years and hire 100 employees to be able to do that, right? Or 1,000 employees, whatever it would take to generate that amount of income. You can do it, right? But your mind don't want to do all that work. Us as individuals, we don't want to put in the work. If you just fight the war inside your head and say, I'm going to win this day and get to work. It's not going to happen overnight. Get to work and be productive every single day and have a goal. Have a goal, guys. Have a goal. I don't care what your goal is. I don't care if your goal is simply list 5 items a day for this next month. If you achieve that, you won. You start building confidence within yourself. You'll be closer to your vision. You'll be closer to your goals. You'll be closer to your dreams, right? So you got to have a goal. You got to have something written down to guide you. Why? Because if we don't have a guide, I use the example. If I need to get to Sharita's house, right? And she don't give me no direction. She just like, I live in Detroit, right? Say she just said she lives in Detroit. And if I didn't have a TomTom or a GPS to be able to get me to her exact house, and I'm looking for Sharita's house in a world this big, what am I going to do? I'm going to waste a lot of time going in circles trying to look for Sharita's house, right? And it's the same exact analogy used if you don't have a goal in your business. You're just going to be doing a whole lot of detours you don't need to be doing to try to get to your destination. So write your shit down and see how far you get. I love you guys all. It's your boy FlippinStoop. You guys have a blessed day.